Hey man, what it is? This is Dame, and I am your host, and this is by any means. There go the Cash App. Show your boys some love. Everybody who been showing love in the Cash App, I appreciate y'all. Y'all already know it's better to donate that way because YouTube ain't taking 30%. So rock with your boy. There go the PayPal at Dean by any means. Another great way to donate. There go the super chat too at the bottom right, the heart with the dollar sign in the middle. You could press that at any time your heart desires. Please say it with me, y'all. I don't care if you leave $1, $10, $1,000. It is much, much, much appreciated, y'all. See, y'all, I'm a different type of guy, man. I'm not into making excuses for other grown men. Not the business that I'm in. Shakur Stevenson is one of my favorite fighters, but what I won't do is what I see all over Twitter, what I see fans do. See, the problem I'm having with Shakur Stevenson fans, y'all are doing exactly what Devin Haney fans did, and y'all didn't like them for it. Y'all are doing and behaving in the same manner, and honestly, it's sickening me. It is sickening me. Shakur don't get to just sit back and wait. Did Shakur sit back and wait for Williams to pay? Did he sit back and wait to try to make a fight with Pitbull Cruz? Did he sit back and wait for Lomachenko, or did he go on every platform he could possibly find, made shirts, all type of stuff? Did he sit back and wait? I follow Shakur on Twitter. I see what he do. Do not tell me when it comes to Gervontadavis, he got to move differently. No, he don't. Because then if he concedes that he got to move differently, then be quiet. Don't mention the man's name. Sit back and wait. You don't get to act like you the B-side when it comes to making a fight, but you just as equal as Tank when y'all actually do fight, though. Well, I'm the B-side as far as the money, and I'm going to just play my role and wait for him to call me. But then when he call you, you want all of these stipulations and everything. You want long-term deals, and you not taking. Nah, it don't work like that, bro. You don't got to pick one. This what separates me from you. Shakur Stevenson got time to get on Twitter. He got time to do interviews. He was just on a Portaway podcast talking about yeah, I'm willing to get on the phone with Tank and make it. Then do it. Stop talking about it, Shakur. Shakur wants y'all to believe and want me to believe, which I know it's not true for a fact, and it ain't a Shakur Stevenson fan that would dare put up money or bet me on it. Shakur Stevenson knows how to get in touch with Gervonta Davis. You want to know how I know that? Because Keyshawndavis said that. Keyshawndavis said he DM'd Tank and got the ball rolling. He didn't need to get on an interview and say what I will do. No, he talked about it after he did it already. If Keyshawndavis knows how to get in touch with Gervonta Davis and get the ball rolling, Shakur Stevenson definitely does. Because you want to know what else Keyshawndavis just said on Mill City or another interview he had? You want to know what else he said? He said, man, we ain't none of us really. We all try and do what we got to do. We all have known each other 10 plus years. That's Keyshawn words. You want to know who else agreed with that? Shakur Stevenson. So Shakur Stevenson got time to take time out of his day, go do interviews, go make podcasts, but in no time of his day, he couldn't reach out to Gervonta Davis. So Gervonta Davis got him blocked on every social media platform. Y'all want me to believe that? And if Shakur can't get in touch with Tank personally, he could find out how to, though. They share sparring partners. Shakur Stevenson wants you to believe that he's oblivious to all of this. He don't know that Keyshawn reached out to Tank. He don't know how to get in touch with Tank. He don't know what happened on the phone call when PBC called, because at first he said they didn't call back. Now he's saying, well, they did call back, but we don't really know what happened. It's your job to know what happened. What are you talking about? You don't know what happened. You should have been the one on the phone. You telling us what you're willing to do instead of actually doing it. Yo, I could go on Twitter right now and DM Gervonta Davis. I could do it right now. You want to tell me Shakur Stevenson can't? Out of all the tweets he got, Instagram posts, he be knowing what Tank post. But you can't get in contact with him? And this is what I be talking about, y'all. See, I am too intelligent to even believe some BS like that. But because y'all like him and this, that, and the third, but y'all claim y'all like Shakur so much, but nobody has taken me up on my offer when I said, if you're that confident that Gervonta Davis is scared of Shakur Stevenson, he don't want to take the big fights, that Shakur Stevenson will beat Gervonta Davis, I got $500 for anybody who want to take it. That's confidence. I actually believe what I'm saying. You want to know why ain't nobody take that bet? Because I believe deep down in their heart, they know how good Gervonta Davis is. They know it's a great possibility Gervonta Davis knocks out Shakur Stevenson. So they not only don't want the fight that happened in Shakur lose, but then have to pay me $500 and lose with Shakur? If you feel that strongly, you can DM me, you can leave a comment, I'll screenshot it and make sure you have my money. Shakur Stevenson said that he's not going to be chasing nobody when he just said the opposite 5 months ago, 4 months ago. I know the fight's going to happen. I'm sure it's going to happen. It's too big for it not to happen. But now I don't need Gervonta. Shakur, that may be true. You know what else is true? Gervonta don't need you. He's just as big a legacy fight for you as you are for him. But guess what? When it comes to money-wise, only one of y'all really don't need the other, and that is him. You are not his biggest payday. He is definitely your biggest payday. Especially if Ryangarcia beats Devin again, you're definitely not his biggest payday. So you can throw that out the window. But he's definitely yours. Why can Keyshawn? The reason why I'm upset at Shakur, because Keyshawn did what I asked him to do. If you want to run your mouth, you have to be proactive. And I don't think I'm wrong for asking Shakur to do that. You can't run your mouth and then just hold your hands and sit in the corner and wait for your mom to call for dinner. Gervonta Davis did what I asked him to do this year. I wanted him to fight Lomachenko. I wanted him to reach out to Shakur Stevenson and them to see if they could fight for the summertime. Gervonta Davis did both of those things I asked of him, so why would I criticize him? He can't make Shakur sign the contract. He can't make Vasil Lomachenko want to fight. He can't do it. Shakur first said that he don't want to sign with PBC long term because he don't want Tank to be at the end of the deal. Well, then guess what they did? They offered just Gervonta, a thing Shakur said that's all they have to do. That's the part everybody's leaving out. Shakur said all out, whenever they ready, I want to fight. They reached out to you just about Gervonta. You didn't want to take it. Now you want a long-term deal. And Gervonta would have been at the front of it. Nah, Tank not enough. Then nothing will be enough. That goes against what you said. Gervonta did what I asked him to do. Shakur's not. Keyshawn did what I asked him to do. Shakur's not. Y'all want me to believe the two brothers don't. So Keyshawn know how to get in touch with Tank, but Shakur has known Tank much longer than Keyshawn Davis, and they're brothers. So don't you think it'll be this easy, y'all? Stay with me with common sense. Knockout, my guy, right? You can use knockout, just do Key Alexander. Just name anybody for 9. That's like, I want to fight somebody that they want to fight. And then they tell me that they got negotiations rolling with that person, right? But we cool. You want to know how easy it is for me to call the phone and be like, how you make that happen? Y'all, I bet when he reached out to Gervonta in the DM, Shakur probably was with him. Y'all ain't like that I said that. What, that can't be true? Now they not friends? How many things do you do like that and your friends don't know about? Shakur Stevenson know how to get in touch with Coach Kenny. I know that for a fact. Until Shakur shows me that he reached out to Tank and Tank blocked him, Tank ain't respond to a DM, Tank ain't answer the phone call, you don't get to just sit back and wait while running your mouth. No, it don't work like that. That's not what Keyshawn claimed he did. If Keyshawn could do it, Shakur can do it. That's basically my point. But people will get mad at Dean for saying that. Or take the A side. If that was the case and it meant so much, why didn't Shakur take the deal? They want you to believe, y'all. This is what Shakur fans want you to believe. That PBC called them for nothing. They want you to believe they called Shakur and said, Shakur, do you want to fight Gervonta? He said, yeah. They never called back and say anything. Do y'all really think Al Heyman would reach out to Shakur for nothing, or get Steven Espinoza to reach out to Shakur for nothing just to ask him if he wants to fight? They don't need to call Shakur to know if he want to fight. He say it on every interview. They're calling him about business. And then try to act oblivious to that. You are not a real content creator. You are not a real fan. You are an enabler and a nut hugger. You really want me to believe PBC reached out to him for nothing? Well, the problem with people that's going against what Steven Espinoza said is I was in this same situation last year with Devin Haney. And Steven Espinoza came out, he was telling the truth then. I done had whole debates about that. It's funny, every debate I done had on YouTube, no matter who it was, it's funny how the topic, when it comes back around, I'll be right. Ain't that crazy? Wow. I'm undefeated out here. Wow. I am undefeated out here. I was in this same situation with BFTB. Y'all know who I'm talking about. So much so, he called Bill. Bill, did you talk to Steven Espinoza about a Tank fight? Bill said no. Then months later, Bill admits that he talked to Steven Espinoza about a Tank fight, but had some other excuses about why he ain't do it and all that. But he forgot that when just months prior, he was on BFTB program and lied and said that he didn't talk to the man at all because BF asked him twice. He said, so you didn't talk to Steven Espinoza at all? Bill said no. Steven Espinoza was telling the truth then. So unfortunately for other people, I was directly, Steven Espinoza has proven me right directly. So I'm not going to believe the man now because he wasn't trying to make Shakur Stevenson look bad. It'd be different if he was trying to make him look bad. He didn't even try to make him look bad. It's just what he said made him look bad. That's not Steven Espinoza's problem if it's the truth. And how I know it's true, because Shakur Stevenson said that PBC did reach out to him. And then he said, we ain't never heard back. But then it come out that they did hear back. But then Shakur said, I don't know really what happened. I think I heard. Nah, bro. Other people can give you that excuse and let you rock out like that and do all of that. I'm not doing it. I don't care how much of a fan of you I am. I like Bud Crawford, but I don't cut him no slack neither. I love Earl Spence. He don't get no slack neither. Dean, one of the content creators, was taking up for Bud Crawford because I didn't want to hear Earl ain't look right. He looked at high. It wasn't the best him. So what? That wasn't the best him. That's Earl Spence's fault, not Bud Crawford's. It should have, matter of fact, it's more Earl's fault because why wasn't you the best you at your biggest fight that you wanted? I'm Mr. Consistency, y'all. Learn something about it. Y'all already know what this is. Deem by any means. And I holla at y'all.